This week on Living with Kimberly Stewart, the fallout from Kim's domestic prank continues.
What's wrong?
Jess's walk date this morning.
Kimberly sets the flatmates their toughest challenge so far.
I'm just cold. Been tortured. I surrender.
Oh
shit!
Oh my god, what?
Oh, don't! You've got under the skin!
And backseat panic as Kim's late for her first live music awards.
Don't pop my implant.
Kimberly Stewart, daughter of rock and roll, model, global celebrity. She started a new life in London, set up with the perfect rented pad. She chose 12 would-be flatmates to move in. After a series of testing tasks, 4 have been shown the door. And last week, Katie told Kimberly she'd had enough.
Just rather go home.
I understand.
It left 7 flatmates to battle for the 2 keys on offer to the eventual winners. Kimberly's rented house in Notting Hill is in turmoil.
Oh, gross.
Last week, Kim found the place in a real mess and decided to teach the flatmates a lesson.
If they're gonna treat it like trash, let's make it look like trash.
Dear friends, please respect my living arrangement.
When they saw the results of the prank, 3 flatmates were outraged.
What has she done to my stuff?
I don't want to live with someone who does this. It's just weird.
At last week's elimination, Katie, Jessica and Lucy all told Kim exactly what they thought.
I just felt totally violated when I got in yesterday. You know, you're making the decision on who moves in with you, but at the same time, isn't it still slightly up to us as well?
So why did you do it? We
you just
don't
talk
understand
to us?
why you did it.
Kimberly gave each of the girls the chance to leave.
I would like to go.
Okay.
Only Katie took up Kim's offer. Lucy and Jessica decided to stay.
I mean, I did want to go, and my bags are packed, but I misunderstood you, and you misunderstood me, and I'd like to maybe have an opportunity to get to know you a little bit better and take it from there.
Jessica's last-minute change of heart didn't impress other flatmates.
The blokes all know it was 3 girls being precious.
They were slagging off Kim all day, all night, and it's just, when they go back on their word, it's just shows what idiots they really are.
When Kim arrives at the house the next day, there's a new shock. Jessica's left.
What's wrong? Everyone looks really serious.
Jess's walk date this morning. So
Why?
I don't know. Last night there was an argument between the girls, and I don't know. She must have had enough, because at least today at the eviction she wasn't happy, was she? Kind of thing. So I don't know.
Yeah, but she seemed to me that she wanted to stay. You know, I kind of gave everyone an out then.
Kim's now lost 2 flatmates after the prank she played, but the lady of the house is unrepentant.
I did that to one of my family members that had been fine. That was like our fun thing to do on the road when we were with our dad when we were bored. We just go destroy one of the band members' rooms, and then they do it to my dad, and then they do it to us. It was all about having a good sense of humor. It's like, don't take life so seriously. Calm down. You know, everything happens for a reason. I truly believe that. So it was obviously meant to be that she just left. But other than that, is everything okay? I mean, everyone else is getting along, and
Like a house on fire.
like a house on fire.
We're not going to set fire to your house though, don't we?
With Jessica gone, there are 6 flatmates left.
You guys have a task, and I'll see you later.
To decide who'll be leaving this week, Kim's planning her most thorough test of the flatmates so far. First, she's asked each of them to complete a detailed psychology test. It'll help her decide who she's most compatible with. Then she's going to submit them to the ultimate boot camp challenge. Meet top commando Mykel Hawke, trainer of America's elite Green Berets.
Yes, it's Hawke. Send your message.
I want you to put them through Hawke testing skills.
Roger, so I understand you want me to conduct an interrogation.
Affirmative.
Perfect. I love it.
Bend them, but don't break them.
Will comply. We'll conduct a physical evaluation in the field environment and then a psychological assessment, and I will report back.
Thank you, Hawke.
Okay, out here.
Roger that. Scary individual.
Coming up, the flatmates feel the full force of the Hawke.
You quit? I didn't take stuff.
I did feel like crying at one point.
And Kimberly does the sights of London.
What's the clock?
This is Big Ben.
This week, another of Kimberly's flatmates has made a shock exit.
What's wrong?
Jess's walked out this morning.
Now the 6 remaining hopefuls face their toughest challenge yet. A serious test of mind and body.
Bend them, but don't break them.
Will comply.
For the first time since she arrived in London, Kimberly's seeing the sights. She's organised a whistle-stop tour for her friend Darby, who's visiting from LA.
Darby is my husband. I call her my husband because she's like my husband. We've known each other forever. We have very similar personalities. And we just have a really, really good time together. Excuse me, I have a letter for the Queen.
Where is those ones that stand and you can like go up to them?
Huzzy, is this the dance?
I think we're crossing there.
Huzzy's going like this.
Why is he doing that?
I don't know, I think he's trying to say hi to us. Hi! Should we invite her out clubbing?
Should we ask her if she fancies a vodka Red Bull?
Yes. Should we go get on one of those horses? Huzzy, no one's waving back.
Their guide is London cabbie Dave.
Is that her garage?
That's her garage, yeah. Where they keep the horses.
The horses have their own house?
Yep.
No, you're lying.
No, I'm not.
The horses seriously have their own house?
Yeah, they got their own maids, they got their own butlers.
Oh, you're lying.
Kimberly's flatmates are about to get a visit from the Hawke. Top Commando Mykel Hawke has served in the US Special Forces for over 2 decades and led troops in 8 battle zones. Today, at Kim's request, he's going to shake up the flatmates and test them to the limit.
Ladies, quit your grinning and drop your linen. Gentlemen, drop your cocks and grab your socks. I want a formation downstairs now. Everyone, move it, move it, move it. You're already moving too slow. Faster, faster. Come on, my grandmother moves faster than that.
Good morning. My name is Hawke, and I'm a military specialist. And today, we're going to conduct an assessment of you physically and psychologically under field conditions. Everybody clear?
Yes.
Okay.
Kimberly has sent the Hawke a dossier on the flatmates. He's armed with vital information about each of them. The dossier tells him that flatmate Matt Hodges is a bodybuilder, model, and clean freak.
We need some war paint.
Lucy Mish, drama student and pole dancer, calls herself highly intelligent.
Can I just have 2 black streaks? Just 2 black streaks.
Account executive Tregaran Percival is in the top 1% of Mensa.
This is bang on, mate.
Chloe Mosley, personal trainer, part-time model, and self-confessed flirt.
Putting a garter around my legs so I can remain feminine.
Jonathan Christopher, doctor, cricket fanatic, and party animal.
Ready for battle.
Lastly, Jimmy O'Neill, unemployed and lives at home with his mum in Wigan. Jimmy's reported for duty despite being injured.
I've been told I can't do it because I've rheumatology.
I understand.
Are you ready?
The flatmates are in for a grueling day at a military training camp outside London. From now on, it's surnames only, and Kimberly will be known as Kay.
Mish. Mosley.
How each flatmate measures up will help Kimberly decide who's the next to go.
All right, come to attention. Bring your feet together, hands down by your side.
Stage 1 of the test, basic fitness.
What I'm looking for is maximum performance and output from each person based on their capabilities. If you want to do 1 push-up and quit, that's fine. It'll be duly noted, and it will go into the report to Kay. Is everybody clear? Okay, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to have y'all all get in a line right here. Does everyone here know how to do a push-up? Feet together, butt down. Here's the way it's going to happen. I'm going to say begin, and you're going to do them until I tap on you and tell you you're done. Toe man. Take that bad toe, put it on the back of your other foot there. There you go. There you go. Now straighten up that back. You got no excuse. Begin.
15. 16. 17.
Bodybuilder Matt is already finding this tough.
Well, man, you should be a lot more strong than that. All that gym time, that's all you got's 50? I'm an old man. I got kids your age, and I do more than that. Just about double, as a matter of fact. Come on. All right, I'm getting tired of this. Stop.
Next, sit-ups.
Begin.
50.
Whoa, whoa, model boy. That 6-pack and you ain't got 1 sit-up in you?
23.
That's a stop.
The flatmate's day with the Hawke has only just begun. On their tour of London, Kimberly and Darby have reached Westminster Abbey.
It's so pretty, but what is it?
A church. It's so dope inside.
It's really beautiful.
Yeah, they want to get married there.
Can I get married there?
Maybe.
Can I get married in that cathedral?
You don't drive me up, it shuts at 5:30.
Oh. Okay, well, hurry up and
I don't
ask
see any
me.
reason why not.
Are you gonna marry her then?
Shall I?
What's the clock thing?
This is Big Ben.
Look,
Oh my
kids,
God, it's
Big Ben.
Look,
Parliament.
it's Big Ben.
That's Parliament, yeah?
Can we drive around like 15
Can
times
we drive
in a
around
row?
15 times?
You
So,
I'll do that again, yeah?
yeah.
Please.
Back at the Hawks training camp, the flatmates are in the middle of a punishing commando-style assault course.
Into the water, carry on going! Be careful with your foot, on your knees! Come on, on your knees!
With the Hawk and his men watching their every move, the flatmates must work as a team to complete the course.
Keep it going!
Sudden rush of cold water on my chest sort of made me intake and not breathe for a couple of seconds.
Face down! Keep your bombs in your head as low as possible! Crawl!
In her civilian life, Chloe is a personal trainer.
I was struggling with a lot of the height things and I was supposed to be fit, but obviously I haven't been to the gym for a long time and I did feel like crying at one point.
Come on, pull yourself up! Come on. Move it! Pull yourself! Come on, Luke.
And all these things were coming at you like that. There was no break.
Make sure you don't need one covered!
One flatmate is doing his best to join in with the others. With his broken toe, Jimmy's restricted to light exercise.
He was shouting from the sides and encouraging us, as Jimmy does.
Right, come on, chaps, onward!
There's one final obstacle on the assault course for the flatmates to tackle. The Hawk has learned from his dossier that part-time model Matt is an obsessive clean freak, and he's chosen to lead the way.
Right in here. Come here. Give me a half circle. Right here, everybody. Okay. Mr. Muscle, a.k.a. Mr. Clean.
You like everything clean? See that mud puddle right over there? I want you to get real close and personal with it and feel all around the bottom. Make sure there's no sharp objects in there that might hurt anybody before the rest of the crew attacks the object. Understand?
For the team.
Move out.
It's like Wigan Bath start.
Here we go.
Let him go in first, and you go right, start feeling around. Feel around at the bottom. Make sure it's safe and clean. Nothing sharp.
I don't know why he picked me for it, but the first swampy, you know, model boy's got to get in and clean this swamp out.
Hey, Mr. Pretty, you're going to go in there and clean that swamp.
So yeah, just got on with it.
Come on, lad.
Come on.
Keep it going, it's only a bit of water. Clear away for them. Come on. Clear it all out, make sure everything is out.
That's it, let's go.
You sure? Move it through. Right, go.
They finish the assault course exhausted and bedraggled.
I've lost the shoe.
But the Hawk isn't finished with them yet. The Beatles and Kimberly's dad are among the rock giants who've recorded at the world-famous Abbey Road studios. Kim and her friend Darby dare each other to write their names on the wall, like tourists do.
Are you sure it's not disrespectful?
Kim leaves her mark, but Darby chickens out.
Here, Husby, right here. Husby, I really hope that wasn't Husby, why are you scared?
As their whistle-stop London tour draws to a close, Kim starts thinking about the flatmate she'll have to kick out. Earlier, all the flatmates were asked to complete a detailed psychology test. The aim to find out who might be most or least compatible with Kimberly. Now Kim's going to find out the results from Big Brother psychologist Thomas Chamorro Premusic.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Thomas.
Hi, Thomas.
From the tests, Thomas has worked out how each individual scores on a series of key flatmate qualities.
Agreeableness, which is a trait that tells you how warm people are, how altruistic, how much they care about others.
Chloe was the best.
Well, yeah, we have Johnny first. You would have predicted Chloe.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I would have.
But Chloe very close, so both of them did quite well. Now we look at the intelligence scores. In all the intelligence tests, Tregaran scored a lot higher than the rest. So he's
Yeah.
he seems a lot brighter than the rest of the people. That doesn't surprise you.
No.
Second, also quite a high score, Lucy.
Kimberly was asked to complete the psychology test herself, and one of her scores is revealing.
Machiavellianism. Now, this is one of the few tests that we had scores for you, and you came the highest here.
Wait, we're talking about me, what?
Yeah, it's the only one that we could actually obtain a score because you didn't complete most of the tests. Yeah? But this
Wait,
one,
so what is Machiavellianism?
Machiavellianism is basically you don't mind using people to accomplish what you want to accomplish. And other than you, the high Machiavellianism scorers were Tregaran, Jimmy and Chloe.
Chloe?
Yes, she scored as high as Jimmy, so she came
Really?
joint second. Yeah, does that surprise
She's
you?
manipulative?
She is definitely, the three of them are more manipulative than the rest.
The results show that Matt and Johnny are two of the least manipulative flatmates.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Kim leaves with crucial new information about each of the flatmates.
I mean, I'm gonna do that test to my future boyfriends from now on.
Coming up, the Hawke twists the knife.
On your feet. Remove your blindfold.
Shock revelations from the flatmates' friends and family.
Jimmy's worst habit is weeing on the bathroom floor.
Oh.
And Kim's centre stage at her first UK Music Awards.
I'll totally cover you.
Yeah, the less I have to say, the better.
No problem at all.
I just
It's
want to
fine.
open the thing and look pretty.
Kimberly has set her 6 would-be flatmates their toughest challenge yet. A grueling boot camp test run by the Hawke.
All these things were coming at you like that. There was no break.
And Kim's obtained inside information on each flatmate from a top psychologist.
Definitely the three of them are more manipulative than the rest.
It's all helping her decide who'll be next to leave the house. At his secret training camp outside London, the Hawke is about to carry out the final part of Kimberly's instructions. He's going to subject each flatmate to a military-style interrogation to find out why they want to live with Kay and whether they're suitable flatmate material.
State your name.
Matt Hodges.
Age.
24.
Profession.
Graphic designer.
I'm going to ask you a few questions and determine if you pose any sort of risk. And tell me, why do you think you should be living with Kay?
Because out of all the candidates, I'm the most diplomatic out of all of them. I try to stay out of arguments.
I have some questions as I look through this here bio on you, and it says that you are extremely vain.
I disagree. I'm not extremely vain at all.
Next into the interrogation hut is Johnny.
Profession.
Doctor.
Practicing?
Yes, sir.
What type of medicine?
General medicine, sir.
Is there anything that you have not yet revealed which would compromise your application process for living with Kay?
No.
On your feet. Remove your blindfold. You have a swanky new pad in Wimbledon. Why do you want to give that up and go live with Kay?
Living with Kay is going to be much more fun than living on my own. The interrogation was eerie, and I didn't know if there was someone behind me about to tip. I thought someone was going to tip cold water, because he said, "Are you cold? Are you hungry? Are you thirsty?" I replied no to all of them because I wasn't at the time.
Next one, on your feet.
The Hawke's dossier on Lucy tells him she's a drama student, pole dancing instructor, and occasional freelance model.
What'd you say your age was again?
23, sir.
Right, so in 23 years you've already got 4 or 5 professions going on. What, you can't pick something?
No, sir, I just like doing lots of different things to keep me interested.
Okay, so you might lose interest in a short time and walk out on Kim. Is that what I'm hearing?
No, sir, because when I do a project, I stick with it, sir. As you see on all my biography, the things I do to perfection, sir.
He was pretty aggressive, but I found the situation rather amusing, and in a way I wish he could have got a bit more hardcore with it all, because I wanted to be put under a bit more pressure.
The Hawke still has 3 more of Kimberly's flatmate hopefuls to interrogate. Back in London, Kimberly's come to get expert advice about the design of her bedroom in Notting Hill. She's using a designer recommended by singer Courtney Love, one of her celebrity friends in LA.
Hi, sweetie. This is so cute.
Hi, darling.
How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. How are you?
Madame Sarah prides herself on catering for fancy ladies, and she's invited Kim to her fancy house in a fancy part of town.
So this is my sitting room. You really like
Wow. Yeah, I love the disco ball too.
it? Disco ball's gorgeous.
I need to get a disco ball.
Kim's given Madame Sarah a very specific brief for her London bedroom.
So this is my boudoir.
Wow, I have a pole in my room too.
Oh, they're great, aren't they?
Yeah, they're the best. This is great.
She's going to make it very feminine, boudoir-ish, and pretty and soft and comfortable. I think that's the most important thing, is to be comfortable. I like her because she's really good on lighting, and that's really important to me.
I love the shutters.
Yeah, they're great, aren't they?
So, where do we start?
Okay, shall we carry on looking?
Sarah's already come up with designs for the wall coverings in Kim's room.
So this is the idea. It's the aroused rose wallpaper. If you imagine that with white, this is exactly it, Kimberly, look. When it's with white, it looks really feminine.
Oh, yeah.
And then white lace cushions.
Yeah.
So it's really a white boudoir, powdery room with just that behind your bed.
Yeah.
And then put like 2 really cool of those lampshades with the big pink thing. And then lots of crystally things and like mirrors and gold.
Yeah. I think maybe if digest everything you've seen today, and then call me tomorrow and say, Sarah, this and this and this would be really great for the room, and I can just get it all together.
Perfect.
The Hawke is about to interrogate Chloe, personal trainer and self-confessed flirt, about why she wants to be Kimberly's flatmate.
Her life is completely different from mine, and I'd like to get to know her life.
Right, you'd like to get to know her life. Now, it says here that you're a big flirt.
Yeah,
Why do you do that?
I'm just a fun, flirty person.
Usually, when people are flirtatious, it means that they need some attention, some validations. It means that they have some insecurities. What's to say that when Kay has a friend over that you might not flirt with that person?
Because I wouldn't.
You wouldn't. You're a
No.
big flirt, but you wouldn't flirt with her friends.
No.
And I'm supposed to believe you.
Didn't go too well, obviously. I'm just cold. Been tortured. Kidding. I surrender.
Next one, on your feet.
24-year-old account executive Tregaran is in the top 1% of Mensa.
says here that you're short-tempered. Is that true?
Yeah, on occasion.
So how do I know with that big old brain of yours you're not going to grab a big old butcher knife and go crazy on Kay?
Just past experience, probably, Hawke.
You ain't quite old enough to have past experience. All I know is with all that big brain, you kind of people are the worst kind to go crazy. How can you assure me that you're not going to go crazy on Kay? That's a long and slow response for a sharp and big brain fella. That concerns me. I think I'm done with this interview. Get out of my hooch.
His voice is terrifying, isn't it? He sounds like Jack Bauer. I'm hoping that Kimberly will think, you know, those issues that he's raised and the points that he raised and my answers will just think, that's quite funny. And keep me in for a bit longer, maybe. We'll see.
Go on, get on your feet! Move it!
The final flatmate into the interrogation hut is Jimmy, 35, unemployed, from Wigan.
What kind of skills do you have?
I'm something of a wit, or a half a one. I'm kind to animals. I always help old ladies across the road.
Half a wit, that's funny.
Are you getting it now?
Yeah.
The humour.
Yeah, I'm a little slow. Don't play with me, Jim. Okay? Big Jim. Jimbo.
I don't think I cracked under pressure because it's like Wigan Job Centre every fortnight, you know what I mean? It's a similar sort of affair, only the wallpaper and the rut were better.
The flatmate's ordeal at the hands of the Hawke is over.
That was all meant to be a scenario to test you. I'm now ready to report back to Kay, and as far as I'm concerned, she's going to have a tough time because you all did pretty well on my evaluation. You are now dismissed and released from my charge.
As the flatmates head home, Kimberly is in for a testing evening of her own. Kimberly's been asked to present the award for Best Live Act at the Vodafone Music Awards.
How far do we have till the place?
20 minutes.
It'll be her first time on stage at a UK awards ceremony.
We need that makeup artist there in about 25 minutes.
But she's running badly late after her previous engagement, and it means a super quick change in the back of the car.
The awards have started, so we're just driving straight up backstage and pretty much getting her straight onto stage to present the award.
Okay, can you zip it?
Don't zip my skin. I can't.
So
I need to lose 10 pounds right
10
now.
pounds immediately.
Wait, hold on. I think you need to stand up.
Well, where am I supposed to stand up?
This was a good idea.
God, those 2 drinks really made a difference.
Oh my god.
Don't get my skin. Oh shit!
No, don't worry. I was unbuttoned.
No, it wasn't that. It was the... Fuck.
Don't break the zipper.
Well, this is the problem, because you need to stand up.
Everybody needs to calm down. If you break the dress, you're all
then
gonna
we're
die.
fucked.
Hey, Wendy.
Fuck, I gotta get this boob
Wicked.
out.
Okay, so just go straight to Earl's Court. You might
Oh
have
shit!
before us.
Oh my god, what?
Oh, don't! You've got the skin, fucking hell.
Oh my god, I thought I got you as we don't.
That was
Turn
like
it around.
harder than childbirth.
We're gonna have a
okay?
round of applause when this is done.
Okay, I did something. I did
She got it. Keep going. Keep
Oh my
going.
god, we done!
Oh my god, I got it.
Yeah, but the pins.
Yeah,
don't-
but
do you
the-
have
Oh
extra
my
pins?
god, Kimberly, who cares?
Where's-
We just got it zipped. Oh.
Oh!
Fuck. Someone just
Don't
redeemed
pop
himself.
my implant. Just kidding.
Dress and zipper intact, Kimberly and entourage arrive at Earl's Court.
I have to pee really quick. Who are we following? I feel like Spinal Tap right now. Jesus.
Kimberly's co-presenter of the Best Live Act Award is comedian Jimmy Carr.
Hi! Oh, I didn't know you were going to be so handsome.
They're just going to give me a time when we have to go, but I think it's like less than 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Kim and Jimmy have a last-minute negotiation about who'll say what on stage.
So you'll let me say the winner of the Best Live Artist and then I'll open it and say it? I've never presented an award before.
I think they show a nominations reel first and check before you read it out.
But I'll say the...
So you've got this on autocue. So I'll say that. I'll do 2 jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you'll say, I'll say, you amazing outfit. It's amazing she's put that together on such a modest allowance from her dad.
Yeah.
And you'll then say, this award goes to a band with the very top of their game.
Well, no, I don't have to say that. I can just say the winner of
No. You've got to say that, and then they play a video in.
Why?
This award goes to a band at the very top of the game. Here are nominations for Best Live Act. And then winner revealed. It comes back and says, and the winner is... And you say the winner. You'll say the name.
Can you just say that?
Yes, of course I can, yeah.
Because I can't see anything, and I've been doing press all day, and there's so much going on in this little blonde head of mine that I'm like...
Absolutely fine, I'll totally cover you.
Yeah, the
I'm a
less I
presenter,
have to
it'll be
say,
easy.
the better.
No problem at all.
I just want
It's
to
fine.
open the thing and look pretty.
Listen, I don't want to be awkward because we fucked. Is that okay?
Time's up, and with minimal preparation, Kimberly joins Jimmy on stage to present the award.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello, I'm Jimmy Carr. It's lovely to be here at the Mobos. I'm presenting with a beautiful, fragrant Kimberly Stewart. She looks wonderful this evening. She's got an amazing outfit, especially when you consider the modest allowance her father gives her.
And the winner of the Best Live Act is... Britney Spears! Hey! Just kidding, Arctic Monkeys! Yeah!
Kimberly's Britney Spears gag was completely impromptu. Backstage, her friend Darby is impressed.
Your Britney Spears joke was amazing.
I was so nervous.
I mean,
Kind of just came out of nowhere, I'm not gonna lie.
It did. You're kind of like a comedian, husband.
The next day, the flatmates enjoy a well-earned break after their experience with the Hawke.
Are you learning to play guitar?
Yeah.
They have no idea Kimberly's spending the morning getting more inside information about each and every one of them.
Hi, I'm Klaus. I'm Lucy's father.
Kim has secretly commissioned video references from the people who know the flatmates best, their friends and family. It'll help her decide who to kick out this week.
You can have a jolly good discussion with her. May not be to everybody's taste, but I really enjoy that. She's loyal. She expects her friends to be loyal, and providing they are, she's the best of mates.
Not every reference is glowing. Next is Chloe's ex-boyfriend, Lee.
Went out for 5.5 years, lived together for 6 months. We're still great friends, and nobody knows her better than me. Some of Chloe's worst habits: leave the dishes everywhere, stop water on the sides, leave bits on the floor, and just messy. Lazy. She's gonna hate me for this.
The person who knows Jimmy best is Dorothy, his mum.
Jimmy is really kind-hearted and he's caring. He's a wonderful son, although he can be stroppy and moody. Round the house, I run Jimmy's bath, I lay his clothes out, I cook his meals, and I wash for him. Jimmy's worst habit is weeing on the bathroom floor.
Oh.
And when it first started, I thought there was something wrong with my toilet. So I got the man to come round from the council. There's nothing wrong with your toilet, love. And then I realised it was him. Jimmy weeing on the bathroom floor. That's his worst habit, that one.
Coming up, the flatmates are confronted with the evidence.
One thing Trig loves to do is walk around the house naked, and I hope Kimberly joins him in doing this.
He lent his camera to one of our friends and he discovered pictures for a live porn audition on it.
Oh.
And Kim decides who's going home.
Jonathan and Tregarin, can you please step forward?
flatmates have faced their toughest challenge so far.
You're a big flirt, but you wouldn't flirt with her friends.
No.
And I'm supposed to believe you.
And Kimberly has uncovered revealing secrets about each of them.
I run Jimmy's bath, I lay his clothes out.
Now she must decide who's next to leave the house. Kimberly now knows more about her flatmates than any of them realise. They've been tested to the limit at a military training camp. Their friends and families have spoken. And a top psychologist has provided detailed reports on their personalities. Now, it's entirely up to Kim who she kicks out.
Here we are again. One of you must go. And we will start with Jonathan and Tregarin. Can you please step forward? You guys are not safe. Can you please take a seat on the couch? Matt, please step forward. You are also not safe, so can you please take a seat on the couch with the other naughty boys? Chloe, Lucy, and Jimmy. I did some investigation over the weekend. Interesting stuff that I found out about you guys. Jimmy, your mom, was actually very, very sweet and cute about you.
She likes me.
She loves you. She still runs your bath and does your laundry, which is a little bit weird, being 35.
What can I say? I'm humiliated.
Lucy, your dad, he was very, very sweet. He said that you were very, very loyal. He said you were a team leader and that you were easy to talk to. Dr. Thomas, according to him, though, you wrote that you were the smartest and the prettiest in the house.
Did I?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Do you think you're smarter than me?
No.
Do you think you're prettier than me?
No.
Chloe, your boyfriend, ex-boyfriend, he had nice things to say about you. However, he did say that you don't like to work.
Oh, he's gonna get a punch.
And you're a bit messy.
Oh.
And you leave stuff on the kitchen floor.
You spoke to him about that?
Yeah. But he did say you were a good cook. And he said you were fun. And he said there'd never be a dull moment. So, you three are safe.
Okay. Thank you.
And you can go stand behind the boys.
It means either Matt, Johnny or Tregarin will be going home. First, Kim's going to confront them with evidence from friends that each must explain.
So, Jonathan's first.
Spilling the beans on Johnny is his friend Clarissa.
When it comes to his living arrangements, he does tend to leave pants around, dirty socks, things like that. Doesn't always wash his dishes straight away either. I think he's quite used to having people clean up after him.
As for leaving pants around, fabrication. Absolute fabrication. I pride my pants being where they should be. On me.
Who's next?
Matt's shown what his friend Chris had to say.
One of the funniest stories about Matt is he lent his camera to one of our friends for work, and he discovered on it that I had pictures for a live porn audition on it. Yeah, weird.
You did? No.
Tell me about this porno you went in for.
Oh my god. Right, the thing with the camera thing was utter rubbish. I don't know where he's got that from, but yes, I got propositioned with an audition for a porno, yeah.
So did you actually go in for the porno?
No, I didn't, no.
You just sent pictures? Were they not happy with the pictures?
Well,
Why didn't you go in?
They weren't rude pictures.
You were naked?
Half naked.
Oh, half naked. Which half? Yes.
Bottom half. No, they were top half.
Okay. I think it's Tregarin's turn.
Tregarin braces himself for revelations from his friend Nick.
One thing Trig loves to do is walk around the house naked, and I hope Kimberly joins him in doing this. And particularly on Thursdays at about 7 p.m. is his witching hour. And if he's got his man bag there and he's had a bit of a stressful week, he really will strip down and just go with nature and make everybody comfortable with him.
And it's not just me. It's not. I don't have naked Thursdays.
Completely naked.
My housemates.
So you
used
go
to have
completely naked.
Naked, only for laughs. It wasn't serious. We used to proper unsettle people that were around your house visiting if just the 4 lads got naked. Yeah, it's happened.
My ex-boyfriend used to do that. It's not weird, actually.
At parties?
Yeah. He'd have parties and he would just walk around naked.
He's not shy, see?
No.
But for Kimberly, the most telling evidence about the flatmate who'll give her most trouble comes from the psychologist.
A week ago, I made you do a psych test and I sent it to Dr. Thomas. And these are the results. Openness. Trigarin. You are the least open. That concerns me. Let's go to the next one. This is something I can't pronounce. Thank you.
The psychologist rated Trigarin the most Machiavellian flatmate, apart from Kimberly herself.
That means you are manipulative, and yes, you'll stab me in the back. That concerns me. Knowledgeable.
Mensa boy.
Trigarin. Again, you are all the way on the top. Clever and manipulative.
And not very open, don't forget that one.
And not very open. Concerns me. So, Trigarin. It's not going to work out. I need your key back.
Oh, no. Thank you very much.
Sorry, thank you.
The flatmate who's in the top 1% of Mensa has been undone by the psychologist's report. And he understands why Kimberly gave him the boot.
Those tests, knowledge against manipulative and openness. I mean, I wouldn't have someone living with me who came up with those scores. So, especially as I was at top end of the scale on both. So, yeah, I was in big trouble, wasn't I? I knew before she said, I thought there's no way.
Despite everything, Trigarin leaves the house with his sense of humour intact. Next time on Living with Kimberly Stewart, the competition hots up for the 5 remaining hopefuls.
I have to go to a premiere tomorrow night, and you guys have to get me an outfit.
And with their taste in fashion on trial, Kim sends another would-be flatmate packing.
I don't like the color. I don't really like the belt. And I don't like how it parachutes out so much.